today's video, we're gonna be unboxing $10,000 in venomous snakes. All right, guys, this is the first venomous snake we're gonna be unboxing today. This venomous snake is the most expensive out of all of our venomous snakes. It's actually one of the most expensive venomous snakes in the world, in the hobby. I wouldn't say in the world. You have albino baboons and stuff like that. But when it comes to non-morphs, basic stuff in the United States, this is one of the most expensive venomous snakes. This right here, guys, is a black-headed Bushmaster, one of the most toxic vipers in the entire world, and also one of the largest. So these guys right here, not this particular species, the Muta, is known to be the world's longest viper in the entire world. They can grow from lengths up to 8 to 12 feet long, with the record being 12 feet long. This right here is a different subspecies. This is called the black-headed Bushmaster. So this guy is a little bit smaller, but they're real heavy body. So let's quit talking and jump right into this venomous snake. We're gonna get some scissors. We're gonna cut off this tape, pop this lid, and get this guy set up in his new enclosure. All right, guys, now for those of you who saw my last video, you saw that we bagged up, I think it was 12 to 15 venomous snakes. We got rid of a lot of my venomous snakes because I wanna start focusing on the more high-end venomous snakes. So stuff like this is exactly what I was talking about. Now, I know he's little and I know he doesn't look like much, but this little guy right here is gonna turn into something very, very impressive as the years come by. Now, there is 3 different types of Bushmasters. There's the Stenophrys, there's the Melanocephala, and there is the Muta, right? So this little guy is the black-headed Bushmaster. In my opinion, they're one of the most beautiful looking. They don't get the largest, but these guys are hands down the best looking Bushmaster. Now these guys, like I said, can get up to lengths of around 8, maybe even 9 feet long. So the males get a lot bigger than the females. So the females won't get as large as the males. In most cases, female snakes will get larger, but that is not the case with these guys right here. So we're just gonna crack the lid. We gotta be very careful because these Bushmasters, they're no joke. So the black-headed Bushmaster, they're known to be super heavy-bodied, and they're known to have the biggest venom glands out of all the Bushmaster species. Now the biggest one, the Muta, is actually found in South America, but this species right here, the black-headed Bushmaster, is known to be found in Costa Rica, which is one of my favorite places to visit, and that's why this snake is so cool to have. Now you guys know, most of my venomous snakes, I like to keep on aspen bedding. These guys, they need a little bit higher humidity. So this guy, we're just gonna put him on brown paper bedding for right now. But in the future, we'll get him some coconut bark or some cocoa husk, whatever you wanna call it. But take a look at this little European captive bred Bushmaster. This guy is not an import. He's captive bred and he's out of Europe. And everyone knows some of the best captive bred snakes come out of Europe. But look at that guy. If you look at the top of his head, you can see it's solid black, and that's how they get the name black-headed Bushmaster. The other species, they don't have an all black head like that. The Stenophrys, they're more of a really, really beige, dark orange color. And the Muta is actually very beautiful, but they don't have that black head. So these snakes are known to guard their eggs. When they have eggs, they'll sit on top of that clutch and they'll actually protect that clutch. I mean, for a baby snake, he's pretty darn big. And that just shows you, this species gets really, really big. Bushmasters are known for looking random and then flying straight at your chest or your neck or anywhere on your body. These are a super, super fast venomous snake and not a venomous snake you want to take a bite by. Now these guys are pit vipers, so they're picking up on heat sense. Now he can even turn, he could look at my knee, and from about right here, this guy could turn and he could grab my knee. I mean, the strike range on these guys is absolutely insane. It's more than a rattlesnake, it's more than a Kaboon viper. These guys are lightning fast. Now, like I said, we don't want to mess with this guy too much, so we're just gonna pick him up and we're gonna put him in his new home and see if he will get acclimated. We're probably gonna try to feed this guy in probably about a day or 2. We want him to get acclimated for about a day, but then we'll go ahead and we'll try to give him a feed. So we're gonna throw him right here on that brown paper. We're gonna grab some water, we're gonna fill that water bowl, and that right there is the black-headed Bushmaster. One of the most dangerous vipers in the entire world. All right, guys, in today's $10,000 unboxing video, this snake right here is probably the cheapest venomous snake, But this snake right here is also one of the most dangerous. And I got really, really excited before this video. I went ahead, I took her out of her bag, I took her out of her box. But right now, I'm gonna show you guys what we got. Now this guy was shipped all the way from South Carolina. And we gotta be super careful. Look at that. Riley, don't be afraid to get really, really close because you got that.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this. This right here is a Leucistic monocled Cobra. Now when it comes to Leucistic monocled Cobras, there is two different lines. There's the Jolliffe line, which you guys saw on Chandler's video. Now that line is a little bit more solid white and they actually get bigger. And then there is the Diamond line. Now this adult male right here is the Diamond line Leucistic. See if we can get him to hood up. You can hear him huffing and puffing. Monocled Cobras are known to do that huff and puff. They're also known to be one of the most common and one of the most cheapest venomous snakes in the venomous snake trade, but not this guy right here. This right here is a Leucistic. So this is one of the most expensive monocled Cobra morphs, and it's an adult. So this guy right here is really, really expensive. So monocled Cobras aren't usually like snakes. They're not like our last species. The females do not get bigger, the males get bigger. And this right here is a male. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted my own personal kilo. I wanted my own personal big male Leucistic monocled Cobra. You can see he's a little bit flighty. This guy just got shipped in. So when he's in his cage and when he gets relaxed, we're gonna be able to see his real temperament. Now when we feed him, when we open his cage, that's gonna be his real temperament. You seeing him right now, that's not how he's gonna act. He just went through a super long plane ride. This guy's been traveling for about 12 hours, so he's pretty stressed. He's a little bit cold because he came from South Carolina. So this right here is just him being super flighty. I know for sure that this snake is very, very aggressive. The gentleman who sold him to me told me he was super, super aggro. So look at that. The Leucistic monocled Cobra. Like I said, one of the most common venomous snakes in the venomous snake hobby, but one of the most dangerous. So if it came down to a Bushmaster or a monocled Cobra, I think I would probably take my chances with the Bushmaster, not even the monocled Cobra. But look at this guy. The Diamond line has a lot of gray. If you look at his head, you can see a ton of gray. Woo! Look at that. Took a little swipe at the camera. Monocled Cobra. Ooh! A super deadly species of venomous snake. Now guys, for the rarest and the second most expensive venomous snake, up next, we're going to jump right into it. But this right here is the male Leucistic monocled Cobra. And you can see me tailing this guy. When it comes to Cobras, I like to be really hands-on. I have a better range of control than using two hooks or even one hook. I can kind of shake them, I can twirl, I can tail them. I have a good range of motion when it comes to tailing these Cobras. Right in there. And I know you guys hear that rattlesnake. That above is my albino Western Diamondback rattlesnake. He's got a little rattle, but he's making a lot of noise. If you look at this, this is the rattle that just broke off. I mean, look at that. That's about 11 buttons on that rattle. Super insane. This is made out of keratin, the same thing your fingernails are made out of. So these basically just rub together and then make a rattle motion. You can see. That's how it makes that rattle motion. All right, guys. Now this venomous snake, as you can tell, is the Mangshang viper. My hands down most favorite venomous snake on the planet. Now this guy I actually got from my good buddy Chandler. He was nice enough to donate this Mangshang viper to me. As you can see, these guys are super flighty. They are super bitey. They are not a snake to mess around with. But if you look at their pattern, they have the best pattern out of any venomous snake in the world. Now we're just gonna wait. We're gonna let this guy calm down. We got a bunch of stuff in the way, a bunch of boxes, a bunch of packing material, bags, deli cups. So this right here is the second most expensive snake on today's list, the Mangshang viper. Now a lot of people don't know, but this is the rarest venomous snake in the entire world. There's less than 500 individuals in the wild. These guys are native to China in a unique mountain range. So only in about 2 different mountain ranges, these guys are found. And we gotta be super careful. You can see, look how flighty this guy is. And when you put him in the cage and open the cage, this guy is lightning fast. He loves to strike, he loves to bite. And this species right here has absolutely no anti-venom. So if you get bit by this snake, there's absolutely nothing anyone can do. Now let's hope he can just calm down right now. When snakes are super flighty like this, you don't want to be fast. You want to be super gentle when it comes to hooking them. The faster you are with the hook, the faster the snake's going to be with you. But this right here is a yearling Mangshang viper. He's got some really, really good size in him, but he's not an adult. So these snakes, they're like regular snakes. A female is going to get a lot bigger, and the males are not going to get as big. But the males are a lot prettier. If you look at the end of his tail, you can see it is like baby blue to light green. Now what these snakes will do, they keep that tail color the majority of their life. They'll do what's called coddling. So this snake will shake that tail kind of like a little lure. And when an animal comes in to bite that tail, this snake bites the animal. Now these guys are not known to eat a lot of protein. If you feed them rats, you kind of got to feed them small rats because they'll regurge. So my opinion on these guys is they're eating birds in the wild. I don't think they're eating a lot of small mammals. I think they're eating a lot of birds because they're in the trees. They're an arboreal species. That's why we got a ton of sticks in this guy's enclosure. But he just came here yesterday. That's why this guy is not really in a box. So we're not really unboxing him, but he is brand new. So we're going to show you his enclosure. He's on aspen right now. But this snake, they don't do good in too dry habitats. So this snake, we're going to switch him to Eco Earth or coconut husk, just like that Bushmaster. But look at this, the Mangshang viper. World's rarest venomous snake. I mean, it does not get better than this. Look at that pattern. It is like the craziest, lightest green camo pattern. I mean, the color on these males are insane. And this is also a European captive bred snake. So it's not like they pulled this Mangshang viper out of the wild. This guy was captive bred. And what we'll do here is we'll continue to breed him. And hopefully we can get a bunch of Mangshang vipers and one day repopulate them in the wild. Hands down, my favorite venomous snake. Look at that. He's shaking his tail kind of like a rattlesnake. Ooh! And these guys, like I said, love to strike. Now we just got two fangs sunk into my iPhone case, so there's a little bit of venom on that case, but that's no big deal, even though there's no anti-venom. And if you look at his tail, you can see he's shaking his tail. So that's used to lure animals to bite, but that's also used as a defense mechanism. So he wants us to look at that tail. When we look at the tail, we take our eyes off of his head, and that's when this snake strikes. Look at that, guys. The Mangshang viper. So beautiful. My favorite venomous snake in the entire world, and I'm pretty sure that's never going to change. All right, guys, and that is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed watching this $10,000 venomous snake unboxing, don't forget to like, comment, and the most important part, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.